Продолжаем играть Vampyr. Нам нужно найти ключ. Одно ниже одно. Она ведет. Посмотрим, что ждет сегодня. Немножко разобрались, но игра так. Честно, графика не плещет. Right. Вампиров маскарад. Здесь я помню, чуваки были. Звали ты, забыл.
It's locked, all right.
Карантин. Нормально. Пойдет вправо. Что? А там тоже что-то есть. Как, блин, мне туда попасть? Так, ладно. Закончим сначала с больнички тогда. Патроны. Вот, хорошо. Старый морг. То есть мы уже в морге. Правильно я понимаю? Кто-то постоянно орет. Припадки. Морг делал такое. А, здесь, наверное, упыри эти. Угу.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Наконец. Это полдела. Какой-то... А, все, понятно. Ага, вот, да, отлично. Дальше было. А почему не открыть? А как попасть?
I cannot enter.
Да, давайте попробуем выше. Ну ладно, пойдемте в подвал. Это что, блядь, сейчас было? Что сейчас, блядь, за нахер был?
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. Ну как-то так. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Нож, говорит. Давай, иди. Старая пила бьет больше и десятка урона. Это не так сильно.
It's locked, all right.
Между. Мне. Понятненько.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Разберемся. Прям ритуальный стол. Сейчас что-то начнется. Понятно. Сейчас. Лежу.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
Тут я с тобой согласен.
Drink blood is so tempting.
Надо становиться сильнее. Надо. Тряпка какая-то. Да, переутомление нам, кстати, нужно. Кто-то там болел переутомлением, помню. Правильно. Так, а здесь только это нужно сделать? Я что-то не посмотрел. О. Так, подожди, там еще одна категория была. А, это вроде посмотрим. Ну ничего так. Крошки надо напиться. Так вот сделать. Кстати, я жду. Так, выход-то где? Обратно бежать. Короткий путь будет. Обычно происходит, ну? Он там был. Ну, понятно. Крошки напиться-то надо. Если честно, не очень. Решение, наверное, получше будет. Насильно. Куда ты к нему, блин? Остановился, ты, блин, все взял из карты и уходил. Кровососную. Также организм, жить или кровь. Я так пожалел, что бродягу уже печально.
It's locked.
Любящая тебя сестра.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Pepper, are you
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
You should be proud of what you've achieved.
Maybe you're right, but at the moment...
Такой, не обязательно морг. Хотя, может и морг, может и
Goodbye,
здесь
nurse.
покалечу.
But the suffering continues.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Another night with the glorious mentality of November.
Вон она, вон она.
Be sure we're making a difference. I will not let you down, my boy.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed,
Many thanks, Doctor.
Good evening, sir. Master. Doctor.
Вот узнаю.
good evening. I'm Dr.
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is some...
Yes,
Could you at least tell me your name?
Mortimer.
Tell me about
I
it.
don't want to talk.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful, I'd rather not.
I'll let you get...
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam.
It's my son who needs...
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mort...
Do you require medical attention?
I have other concerns right now.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have...
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach...
Are you really that rich?
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed
Так
medical
необычно, почему
expenses.
нет?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital.
Is there something in particular that's...
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke.
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
She charged you?
Yes, and I paid without question.
Хорошая у нас больница, как в России. Хочешь лечиться, плати бабло.
Goodbye, Mrs.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Consider...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the word calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
I'm all right.
Dr. Reed, may I have...
For how long have you been...
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911.
And before you were...
If you must know, this was
Well, Dr.
not in an official capacity.
What about...
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources.
How is the duty...
Everybody works until they can't.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, nurse?
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is.
News on the front stated that the
It seemed to be for a while.
What can you tell me about it?
This hospital was founded to help the...
Can you be more...
Well, veterans.
I'll see you later, Nurse Cra...
Не, мы никого не будем кусать. Просить. Мест нет. Давай держитесь. На втором этаже.
Good evening, Miss.
I need blood, Doctor.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you... Would you say you and...
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul.
Do you plan to...
Of course not. How could I inflict my
Do you require my...
I have no need for your medicine.
Tell me...
Ну и все получается. Что...
I'll leave you.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Идите у меня глаза краснющие,
Is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier.
Здесь все загадка.
The more we
Должны
explore its
загадка.
boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea.
I cannot express my thrill at this ceremony.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of...
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar.
Very well. I have a task.
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Конечно. Я понял. Больше ж некому. Нашли же мальчика на подушках. Пожалуйста.
Do you need something?
I have just...
Then ask away.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific...
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings in the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun.
You will find there is very little.
Must I?
You are a vampire. You feed.
The man we pursued and slew.
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate...
Just for clarity.
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan. Even if they remain formidable foe.
Where do... How...
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate...
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
What do you expect?
What we need is hope. You were a
Where do we...
To be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis.
Да я тебя всех вампиров превращу,
We'll
я
see each other again soon.
Я буду там же питаться. Крысами будем все питаться.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Где вы взять эту воду только? Осколок. Очень хорошая вещь, очень. Же я это сейчас знаю. А, это ночь, наверное, наступила. Это не я сделал. Это просто, блядь, ночь. Это хорошая вещь. Нет. Дальше. 5 минут назад. Черные там были уже. Увеличился. Где там наша покровительница, наша больница?
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me for your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month?
A year. You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind. The blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live.
The world would be a better place if it were...
You make me blush.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is right.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the decipher.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly...
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the...
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all
What are your expectations?
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital...
Please continue. Every detail...
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life As others know, is our little mystery closer to...
I think of nothing else.
My situation is delicate.
Раз услышал, дайте прекратить политику.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more
Good evening,
determination.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know that nurse...
That's not a surprise.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors.
I know it's a difficult task, but...
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers...
I'm sorry, I don't...
Yeah, exactly. We lack...
Have you heard of any underhand dealing?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised.
What kind of...
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reid.
I have some good news.
What? The
I retrieved your wallet. With all...
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep...
What's going on?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit.
You do realize you could both get fired?
Come on, Dr. Reid. Do you know how many
During the war, I witnessed...
Maybe you're right. But...
Do you need any
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Milton.
Ну, это у меня за кольцо-то.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What? What? What is this?
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say?
Dr. Swansea is quite busy.
How brave.
Harriet Jones. Indeed. I've been meaning...
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor.
I heard there have been some despicable...
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating...
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say...
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's...
You seem to know more about the goings-on.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigan...
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof...
This is your business, Doctor, not mine.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. Miss Jones.
Again?
Now,
Well,
have you noticed...
it would be a great deal easier.
Everyone here...
Thieves and murderers, the lot.
Come now, Miss Jones.
Have you no eyes?
If you could just tell...
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest,
I see.
no one comes to visit.
I'll come and visit you. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Hello again.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Давайте.
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Have you heard rumors?
If you want to know what's going on...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Вот вообще ничего не нажимаю. Да, вот он похерачивал. Так, вот здесь там близко.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about this strange man?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew.
No matter how you feel about...
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keep...
She could have been telling the truth.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
What steps are you prepared?
I don't know yet.
And what about Milton Hooks?
For Milton, any...
If you feel that saving lives...
On the contrary, my faith...
Pepper.
Yes? Milton Hooks.
I have no intention of reporting you.
The rules say I won't be allowed to...
Is he worth?
Hey, I'm no perfect...
What can you tell me about this strange man?
Let me guess.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Не доработал.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff...
The people who work here all come from very...
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
А чё не за медсестрой-то? Где она? Как так-то? Ой, не нравится мне этот звук. Ой, не нравится.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Мышь какая-то. А, это... Так, обратно. Это не вредно. Да, десяточку. Непонятно. Сам.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to...
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first.
Okay. Okay,
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Ладно, не все. Нормально.
What sort of creature is this?
Ух. Напряженная война, напряженная.
Here's what's left of him. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Ну, пойдем найдем. Переутомление. И не надо лечить. Главное больше.
Are you deaf?
Побродим по городу.
Sorry, sir. No admittance. Last warning, sir. It's one of them!
Зараза, блядь. Все нахер, блядь. Что наш? О! Жарко.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Кроме кого. Ладно.
Good evening, sir. Dr. Jonathan Reid, that's who.
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here.
So you won't tell me your name?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe.
Do you need medical help?
I feel fine, Doctor.
Are you some kind of vigilante?
Something like that, but the police aren't...
So you're a
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you?
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah.
So, tell me...
What? Have you got a death wish?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of...
Oi! I'm the boss, all right?
Goodbye.
Как ботинки слышит ему.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't...
I'm not here for chat.
Miss Edwina Cox. So...
You still use your husband's name.
Why shouldn't I? Maybe a...
Are you aware of what...
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end.
What can you tell me about...
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things.
Gang member and shopkeeper.
If you're interested, I may find you...
You're quite blunt.
I like people who know what they want.
I'm not interested in a career.
Fair enough. Stay...
Since my return from the war, I don't feel...
That's exactly what that stupid trade you...
What can you...
You can't trust anyone around here.
Really?
Bastards, all of them.
You sound like...
Take the grave diggers of...
Looting court.
Whatever.
Can I offer you my...
I'm fine, thank you.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Может, у тебя есть такого, может.
Don't forget to count each bullet you fire.
You told me that already.
Yeah, nice shot. You learn quickly.
Нормально. На заднем дворе стреляй.
Pointing an empty gun could be a fatal mistake.
It's easier when I picture the bastard's face.
Чуть даже нормально.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy.
Yes, you had.
I'm Dyson Delaney.
Surely you.
Sure. Oh.
Sounds like.
No, sir. I would.
Do you really think that?
No. I believe we all can choose to make it better.
I want to know.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, mate. No.
Do you believe?
I do not believe in much anymore.
Do you still see?
No.
What do you do?
I drink.
Why do you drink?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying.
You sound very.
That's because I am.
Don't you work?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time.
Is there anything in particular?
How dare you say?
No reason at all to rejoice, then. Life is...
Let me tell you.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded.
You lost people.
I've lost everything.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you ever find...
Is there any...
How dare...
Why are you...
Cynicism is the polite way to it.
No reason at all.
Let me tell you...
Another... Is there any...
How dare...
Inebriation aside...
Yes.
Take this, then.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to...
Goodbye, Mr. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir.
You remember me, then?
Of course I do. You're that man who's...
Thank you for your hospitality.
I'm still Tom Watts.
What can you tell me?
It's not that bad. Thanks to...
Who? How is it you can...
Well, since everybody needs it.
I see.
Something like that. Nothing that a few...
You're something...
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one give...
Since I'm here...
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace.
How could a physician...
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine.
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Why are you teaching your weight?
Sabrina is a nice girl who's already faced a lot of problems.
Goodbye, Mr. Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a...
I'm much... More myself.
Welcome back to the turquoise turtle,
Да,
then,
пожалуй, бирюзовую черепаху. Бирюзовая черепашка.
Excuse me.
Something bothering you?
Believe me.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not...
I'm sorry if I'm...
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from...
I know you've been learning to use...
I just want to feel safe when I go home at night.
Guns are not toys, and
I don't care. Next time some...
Правда, ее уже просто тащили во двор.
What can you tell...
People don't appreciate that line.
You look concerned, Miss...
This is a bad borough.
If you're uncertain,
I got responsibilities. And it's not...
this place seems...
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Понятно.
So this bar...
Yeah. Tom's convinced...
Я достану.
Goodbye, Miss Kemp.
Ой, еще.
You still working?
Do you require...
I'm fine, sir.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I was just being...
Don't like questions.
What can you...
A shit.
Are you thinking of...
No.
Is then...
Well.
What's your...
I take care of me.
Sometime.
I just want to...
You...
I lost the neck.
Goodbye, Miss... Good evening.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you require...
That's...
I will see... Goodbye, Mr. Fick. Good evening, madam. I'm
Why?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, the Spanish flu.
I'll leave.
Второй уровень. Хорошо. О. Эй. Слишком круто. Давай сейчас слишком. посмотреть, сколько сейчас время.
Good evening, Mr. Fisher.
Yeah.
Do you require... I don't know which...
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed?
Goodbye, Mr. Hello, boy. Did I scare you?
No, it's just that...
Well, I won't.
My name is Rufus, so...
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a
I'll see you... Are you alive? So you...
No. I mean...
We're all...
I've known worse. I'm not...
Why do you think she's so...
I can't say, sir.
What can you tell me about...
It's all about staying out of trouble.
Why do people...
They call me Rufus the Curse.
Have you ever thought...
Where else would I go? At least I know the...
Логично, да.
What do you do?
I listen to the news on the dock, sir.
What do people...
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the cop.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work. What with my head and all.
So long, Rufus.
These whispers of monsters. There's got folk gossiping and scared. It's people they should fear. Flesh and blood.
A wave of bitter death.
Странно, это был там 20-м. Ладно. Нормально. Одного укуса мне достаточно было, оказывается. Ёшкин-матрешкин. А чё мне так мало-то? Вот они жесткие вообще. Вообще жара. Блять. А! Суки. Я должен их просто побить, просто обязан. Блять, их четверо, блять, это вообще нереал какой-то, блять, четверыми биться-то. Ладно, у меня там где-то ружье есть в запасе, сейчас, блять, окнем проверим.
Out, you crazy bastards! Come on, and I will show you how a wet boot does business. Get away from me, you bastard! You won't get me. What are you people, huh? You won't get me here. Get out!
Сука, блять, он еще крутится, блять, 2 раза нажал, он, блять, 5 раз прыгает. Тварь, блять. Же подгорает, блять, от них. Я просто так не отступаю. Блять, просто так отступаю. Точно меня.
Are you all right, sir?
I'm not sure that's any of your...
I hope you realize that staying...
I'm not afraid of these guards.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but...
They took my boy!
I see. But as I said...
Well, this part of town used to be...
Брать хотя бы выглядеть уродов.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Возможно. Слышу крыс. Очень. Да, блядь, лежит на. Ну, все. Ну как? Так он, блядь, свяжется с доктором Рид.
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
can't see me, my sweet queen. Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot
Да
had to
хорош
say.
сам пиздеть. Давай сам например.
Tell me about the man.
One of us had been killed, so we had to...
There has to be more.
No, really, one of us got killed.
I think you're wrong. Maybe the docks have always been violent, but you can't...
And then what? Let the comic...
What can you do?
Things ain't that...
Well, you're not doing it.
Yeah, well, we can...
More of it.
Incredible.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Hello again, Doctor.
Booth Digby looks at you with love's...
You have no idea how...
Hmm.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not...
Behind.
Romance? I have no time for...
Tell me about the man you and...
The bastard killed one of us and risked...
What happened?
I don't know, and I don't care.
So you have no idea.
No one messes.
And your...
Violence, isn't it?
So you decide.
Yes, Doctor.
Booth...
You have no idea.
Hmm.
What is it, Doctor?
Behind all you...
Romance?
What can you...
You can't...
Can I see you?
As long as you have...
Good evening, man.
You best come back.
I'll...
И где же мне, блядь, найти этого пацана, блядь? Который я этим упрягаюсь. Я просыщусь.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our...
Так, где-то здесь он должен.
Am I really...
Evening.
Evening, mister.
Do you need help?
A real doc... I don't know what to say.
So long, Rufus.
So lovely to gaze at the stars. The fog's been hiding them of late.
More or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this garden. Something, sweet. My guess is they're recruiting.
И опять пусто. Блять, это баба-то. Пора возвращаться. Стоит его? Не стоит. Наверное, нет. Так вот. Это хорошо. Ну ладно. В принципе, рядом. Ух, поймали.
Closed. This is no place for you, sir. Stop now! Step away, sir. Are you crushed and leech, boys? Take its head! Take a breath! Monster! Finish it! You leech! Pay for this! Its head!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ух ты ж, как он нормально это сделал. Помни сохранение. На этом закончу. Ладно, на этом все, пожалуй. Всего доброго, пока.